evening, everyone. Welcome to Urban Farming Workshop. I'm Jess from Baba, MC for tonight. So this is our first English online workshop. Please forgive me if my pronunciation is incorrect. And tonight we will talk about mealybugs. So what is mealybugs? It is the white thing that always appear on our plants. Mealybug is one of the most popular pests in gardening and farming. Now, let's put your hand together in front of screen for our speaker of tonight. Welcome, Hans Leong.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hans. This should be considered the first time I'm giving the webinar in English. We really appreciate your time to be with us and to learn about the topics today. For your information, Baba has have worked in spreading about the importance of organics for more than 11 years since 2010. With this platform, we wish that we are able to share more about our knowledge and experience in organic farming and gardening. Today, we would like to talk about how to reduce mealybugs and scare insects effectively in organic way. Before we start, let me ask you some questions. Have you ever met this kind of symptoms? I can say symptoms first. All right, this pest is white has white body. Is in oval in shape. It appear on stem or leaf petiole. It look like cotton or white wax. Sometimes after a while, the fruit skin will become black in color, or the leaves will become dusty, and there is a black layer on leaf. And it is often accompanied by ants. And if we just continue abandon them, the branches will slowly become dry. So what is the name of the pest? Yes, it's the mealybug. Well, I think quite many of you encounter this problem. They are close relatives of mealybug. Okay, there is what we call the soft wax scale, and there are something we call hard scale, which means the shell is hard. Okay, so the scope of the pest we are talking about today will include all of these. And usually when we encounter this kind of pest, it's really difficult to be fully cured. And how would the commercial farmer and grower to what they do to reduce this problem? Okay, usually they use the chemical pesticide. Okay, for example, cypermethrin 505, malathion. Okay, these are all the common pesticides they use to kill the mealybugs. However, using such a pesticide could be hard to kill too, because from this picture we can see that the mealybug, they have the waxy protection layer. Okay, which means that if there's wax on the body, the water is hardly to penetrate their body. Okay, so and the red color is their insect body. And frequent exposure to pesticides will often lead to adverse effect on the user's health. For example, the malathion, according to research, for every 10 times increased concentration of malathion residue in parents' bodies, the kids will encounter 55 to 72% higher risk to suffer from ADHD or hyperactivity. Another problem will be, in order to survive, the pest will try to alter the physiological system. For example, the pest will try to develop a bigger kidney, the bigger liver, so that they can detox faster. Or they try to grow a larger wing so that they can fly and escape faster. Or they grow a harder shell so that the pesticide is hardly to penetrate their body. Therefore, the more chemical pesticide, the toxic pesticide we spray, the stronger the next generation. They will become more super. The next time we spray, it will become more super and become the superbug. Okay, because the next generation, they start to develop chemical pesticide resistance. So, is there any way, healthy and secure way to manage the mealybugs? But firstly, before that, we need to understand the pest behavior, the life cycle, and the living environment. Firstly, what we can do is we need to trim away the over bushy branches and leaves if required. And this action is very effective, particularly on resin infested area. Why? Why over bushy is not good? Because the mealybug or the scare insects, they love to live and reproduce at shady area. For example, if we see that the leaves are bushy, such like these, if the leaves are too bushy and the mealybugs like to hide at shady area. The mealybugs, their eggs hatch easier and faster at shady area too. If you have fruit trees or ornamental trees like this, the best tree structure is low and wide, just like umbrella. As you can see, just like the umbrella here. All right, the next one, even your plants are not shady, are not over bushy. For example, cactus and succulent, they are still infested by mealybugs. Why? Because if the content inside the plant are high in nitrogen, the stem and leaves become too juicy and it will start to attract a lot of mealybugs and scare insects. Because the nitrogen content will actually become the protein for these pests. Therefore, we need to reduce the application of fertilizer with high nitrogen content when we encounter this kind of pests. And we shift to applying foliar fertilizer with high potassium and calcium content. The high potassium content will actually help to harden the plant cell and the tree bark, so that when the mealybug go to the place and they start to try to stick their sucking mouth, okay, it's hard to penetrate the skin and the pests don't like to stay there. And for the high calcium content, it will help to thicken and harden the plant cell as well. Therefore, when you encounter the mealybugs, we would like to recommend you to spray seaweed extract or something like microalginate, because this kind of material is low in nitrogen content but high in potassium content. With this, it will also help to activate the new self-growth and plant recovery. It also helps to improve the plant resistance towards the stress, for example, the pests and also the adverse environment. So when the pests, when they start to suck the plant juice, their protection system will become lower. Okay, so that's why we can spray seaweed extract to increase their resistance. And what are the organic pesticides that can control the mealybug without causing the pesticide resistance on pests? The solution we share today, they are safe and effective. They are not causing pesticide resistance on pests, and in the process, they will help to recover the natural ecosystem as well. All right, so these are the list of the material that can help to control the mealybugs. So we can look into Lecanicilium, Lecani, and Beauveria bassania. These two are the beneficial microbes that can parasite on the body of mealybugs and absorb their nutrients until they die. However, the top two material are hardly to be found in the market. Therefore, we would like to introduce the next two solutions that could be possibly we make this ourselves at home, or we can readily access in the market. Okay, so for these two, the sunflower oil plus saponin, or the mineral oil massage the massage oil and the orange oil, these two are considered the oil type pesticides. All right, now we come to the emulsified sunflower oil. We actually can DIY, do it ourselves, emulsify sunflower oil at our home. We can find the sunflower oil from the market, okay? Then we mix with saponin and we mix with water, okay? So the sunflower oil, just the normal sunflower oil we can find from the hypermarket. The saponin, actually, we can find it from online. such as Lazada, Shopee. When we type saponin, they will be there. We mix this with water, 8 ml, mix with 1 ml, mix with 40 ml, and we mix all into one small stirrer, and then we mix for 1 minute, and it will become something like white in color. This will become a concentrated organic pesticide that made by yourself. Then we mix this with another 5 to 10 liters of water. Okay, then this will, and we use this diluted solution to spray on the pest, and it will be effective too. Or you may use the oil type insecticides that are readily available in the market. This type of pesticides, for example, consists of mineral oil, such as massage oil, and also the orange oil. According to our research, the orange oil will help to wash away the waxy protection layer of the mealybugs. And the mineral oil will actually cover the pest respiratory tract and causing them to die of dehydration. Not die of suffocation, not dehydration, die of suffocation. The mineral oil we use is something like massage oil. They are safe and natural, and the unsulfonated residue, the UR, is more than 99%, which means that the sulfur content inside this kind of oil is very low. Okay, so that's why when you spray on the plants, the risk of plants getting burned by the oil is very low. And let's look at the video. Okay, this is the experiment we do. Okay, so this is a close look on mealybugs, and we spray this kind of oil type insecticides. Okay, as you can see here, after 3 minutes, the waxy layer start to get washed away, and then it start to get disrupted, and finally the pest will die of suffocation. This before and after. All right, then the extra feature of this kind of oil type insecticide is oily and alkaline properties will actually help to reduce the favor of ants to gather on plants. If we don't do this, actually the nature enemies will actually being carried off by the ants stay on the plant. So that's why we can actually use this kind of oil type insecticides to reduce the ants on plants too. The precaution while using such oil type insecticide is that we need to shake before use, because all the concentrate, because when we put there for a while, all the concentrated solution will actually settle to the bottom of the bottle. So that's why we need to shake before use so that the content can be mixed uniformly. And reminder, when we spray on the pest, we need to target on the pest body, and also its surrounding until wet, because we need to make sure that the solution can wash away the waxy protection layer and cover their nose, and then to suffocate them. And that's why we need to trim the plants, because if your plants are too bushy, it's really hard to contact with the pest bodies. So that's why we need to trim regularly. And let's look at the children of the mealybug. As we can see here, the kids, you can see the red circle over here. These are the kids of mealybugs. Their body size is very small, and there is no protection layer, and they are almost transparent, and they are active to move around, unlike their parents. The parents will just stay there and suck the juice, and the kids will just like run around and find the suitable spot and then to settle down. And that's why the tree structure need to be low. But why? Because if not, it will be too high, hard to contact the pest too. And also the mealybug kiddo may crawl around in the tree too. Okay, so when we do such a management job, okay, we need to make sure that it's easier for us to manage the pest. If the case is too serious, we need to spray 2 times a week. Why? Okay, let's see, this is the mealybug eggs. Actually, the mealybug reproduce in oviparous. Okay, so what is the meaning of oviparous? Which means that the mealybugs, the eggs actually hide inside the mom's body. Okay, so The eggs will actually hatch in the mom's body, and after they hatch, they will start to produce uh, and come out from the mom's body actually, just like the shark. Okay, so that's why when we spray the first time, maybe it just contact the mom's body, not the kids. Okay, that's why we need to spray another time to make sure that it has higher chance to contact with the kids body too. After spray, and then the mealybugs will die. Okay, but you will observe that the mealybug will still stick on the plant. Why? Because it's very waxy, it's still very sticky, but after a while it will start to drop. Okay, when it get dry, or it get rain after a while, or it get water after a while. But if you really need to clear it faster, you may spray with strong water to just wash away the die mealybugs if necessary. Another reminder is that if we spray the fruits with oil-type nature insecticides, the risk of plants getting burned, okay, is very high. And then the fruit skin will become black, because when the oil stain stick on the fruit skin and then it's exposed to the sunlight, and then it start to get burned. Okay, look like this. Okay, so for you who grow a lot of fruit trees and encounter the mealybug problem, you may mix with the concentrated oil type pesticide with an amino acid. Okay, you just type amino acid in Shopee and Lazada, you will get one. Okay, when you mix together, it will start to create a layer of a protein layer on the fruits, and it will reduce the risk of fruit skin getting burned. Using organic pesticide will actually help to recover the ecosystem of beneficial insects in the process too. For example, these nature enemies will get attracted, such as the ladybugs. These ladybugs actually eats the mealybugs too, and also the lacewing will be attracted too. And finally, how can we differentiate whether this pesticide is truly organic, not simply just claimed by the traders or the manufacturers himself? We actually can look for the organic certified logo, or asking for organic certificate for this product. For example, you can look for EcoCert. This is actually the organic logo by European Union, or OMRI by NOP, the United States, or the organic compliant logo provided by European Union. JAS is from Japan, and Australia Certified Organic from Australia. And this is the organic certificate claiming that these products are reviewed or audited by third-party bodies to ensure there is no chemical ingredients are added throughout the process. Okay, let us make a conclusion on the content today. So the negative risk on healthy and pesticide resistance. Negative risk on the pesticide resistance can be avoided by applying organic pesticides. And the method to reduce the mealybugs with organic method, they are trim over bushy leaves and branches. This is very important. And we can reduce the fertilizer with high nitrogen content, and we apply the foliar fertilizer with high potassium and calcium content, such as seaweed extract. And with the help of beneficial microbes, if you could find one, such as Lecani or the Beauveria, these microbes can actually help to eat the mealybugs too. We can actually use the DIY emulsified sunflower oil. We can actually use the oil type insecticides, such as the mixture of the mineral oil and the orange oil. And if we want to avoid or reduce the risk of the fruit skin being burned, we can mix the oil type insecticides with the amino acids. All right, if you are interested where you can actually buy from the major garden centers or the online platforms such as Lazada and Shopee. All right, now I pass this section to our host, Jess. Jess Lee, now is your time.
Hi. Yeah, I think that almost everyone have met the mealybug before, because there's a lot of the angry face, and then they say that, wow, how could Hans you, the mealybug is so disgusting, and how could you describe it like so cute and like your pets at home?
I always deal with these pests during the R&D process. Really, okay. And then to be honest, they are really cute. Okay.
Okay, there is a lot question from the Facebook and some from Zoom. I will take some time to read out some of your question. Yeah, and then the most of the people ask is, because as we know that neem oil is the most common natural oil that we use in pest prevention.
Yes.
But is it neem oil doesn't work with the mealybugs?
Okay, this is a good question. Actually, the neem oil, the what we call the pesticidal content contained in the neem oil actually works better for the caterpillar, the prutella, the leaf-eating worms, and also the spider mites. Okay, but and then it also good in early prevention of the mealybugs too. But when the mealybugs are way too serious, we need to use something, the oil that is more dense than the neem oil. Okay, and is able to stick on the mealybug's body. And we found that, oh, the massage oil, one kind of massage oil that can stick on the mealybug's body better. Okay, and that's what we recommend.
Okay, so Hans, some people they will ask that after they apply some of the kind of the lemon oil or the skill terminator, some see that after the 3 years they still see that the white screen or the mealybug is on the plants. How could we diagnose that the mealybug are already dead or already been killed?
Oh, okay. It really takes us sometimes to diagnose that the mealybugs die or not, because it just stay there. So what we do is under microscope, we actually flip their body and to see their legs are still moving or not. Okay, and then to make sure it's really died. Okay, but if we don't have a real microscope, we actually can use the magnifying glass or magnifying lens. Okay, and then we just use something very for example, like something, okay, to poke them, okay, to see they are moving or not, or to see their legs are moving or not. If they are not moving and they seems like they are dry, okay, and they will drop easily, it means that they are dying. And usually the body of the pest, okay, will start to turn from red, okay, to black or to brown. Okay, it also shows the symptoms they are dying. Okay.
Okay, so means that we still need to observe in detail when you can see the white things, because when you can see the body of the mealybugs, it means that actually it already spread quite a lot in your
yes
already.
Yes, that's true, because when we see them, okay, they are actually become adults. Okay, but their kids are transparent in color. We actually couldn't see them very clearly. Okay, so it means that it start to goes into the serious stage, and we need to settle clear faster, quicker, and then to kill the mealybugs.
Okay, and then just now you have mentioned that the civic extract will make the plant stronger to have a resistance towards the mealybugs.
Yes.
And we use civic together with the slow release fertilizer.
You mean to spray on plants or to apply on the ground, the soil?
he didn't mention it. He just mentioned that is it seaweed extract can use together with the slow release fertilizer.
Should have no problem. I could recommend that if the seaweed is actually the seaweed meal, okay, and you can actually apply with the slow release, should be fine. If what we recommend is that we find the seaweed extract, which is that which we use to dilute with water and spray on plants, okay, and then it can absorb the nutrient faster and start to build the resistance faster too. Okay, so there are two ways of using the seaweed.
Okay, and then okay, because the question is too much, so please give me some time to do some filter. Okay, and then after removing the plants which are which is infested with mealybug, is it the soil in the pot still suitable to use for another plant?
Actually the soil is fine. Because these kind of mealybugs won't go to the soil. Okay, so it's still fine. But there is another kind of mealybug, what we call the soy mealybug. Okay, which means that
This is a lot of people asking this question, and this is the question that I'm going to read out.
Okay, all right. So these kind of the soy mealybug and also the above ground mealybug, these two are different species. Okay, all right. So let me answer the first question first. Okay, if you see the above ground mealybug or the scale insects, okay, the ground should be fine. Okay, you want to reuse the soil or whatever, should be fine, unless you see there are soil mealybugs. Okay, so the soil mealybugs actually are really hard to be reduced. Okay, is usually exists on the potted plants. Okay, and grow and potted plants that have been grow for more than 5 months. Okay, so if we see this, the quickest way we can solve this is we need to change the soil. Okay, and we change the soil, we use the new soil, and then we use the new pot, and then to grow. At the same time, we actually can spray the neem oil, the diluted neem oil. We can drench it onto the pot. Okay, onto the soil. Okay, it will start to seep down deep to the soil and also absorb by the roots, and it will help to reduce or repel the soil mealybugs too. Okay.
Okay, you have completed because I didn't listen. I can't pay attention to your answer.
Okay.
So you have explained how to prevent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the soil mealybugs. Yes.
Okay, and then are the probiotic spray effective for mealybug?
Actually, it will help to. It depends on what kind of probiotics. So if we just spray something like effective microorganism, the EM, okay, if we just spray that on the plants, we actually have to improve the resistance on plants, but it won't kill the mealybugs. So to kill the mealybugs, the microbes needs to be something like Verticillium lecani or just now I mentioned about the lecani, the microbes, or the Beauveria bassania, or the Metahizum anisophilia. These kind of microbes are actually targeting the mealybugs. Okay, if the mealybugs are very serious, we should look for these kind of microbes to kill them.
Okay, and then is the soil mealy same as the roof mealy?
Yes. The soil mealybug, the root mealybug, yes, they are the same. Yeah.
And then Aaron is asking, so which one is more playful, soil mealy or above ground mealy?
To be honest, okay, the above ground mealy is actually easier to be solved, but the root mealybug, okay, is it takes some efforts, okay, to reduce them. Okay, so just what I say just now, we need, for the quickest way to solve this is we need to change the soil. But the good news is, if we just direct grow the plants inside, on the ground, okay, not inside the pot but on the ground, usually it won't encounter the root mealybugs problem, the soil mealybugs problem, just inside the potted plant. Okay, so the potted plant, we can change the soil easily, and then we just change the new soil, and then we just drench with the diluted neem oil. It should be fine. All right.
So is there anywhere, because the roof mealybug is inside the soil, so is there any way that we could notify or identify there might be some problem, or they might have some soil mealy?
Oh, usually what we can do is we just we just dig a little bit, and then to see, and then it's very obvious to be observed. There are some white things inside the soil, or we just take out the whole pots, and then you will see there are some white spots on the roots, and then the white spots are moving around. Okay, they could be the root mealybugs. Okay, so if you really want, if you are unsure of whether these are the mealybugs, you actually can PM us. Okay, and then we can provide you a comprehensive solution, and then to solve this kind of problem. Okay.
Okay. And then, is there any beneficial insect that could attack the mealy?
Oh yes, we the ladybug. There is one kind of ladybug. Several kinds of ladybug that could eat the. Sorry, not ladybug. Yes, there are several kinds of ladybug that could eat the mealybug. Okay, and there are lacewing that could eat the mealybug too, and also there are some parasitoid wasps, and they could eat the mealybug too. So in order to attract this kind of good bugs, we actually can plant some flowers, okay, because the pollen nectar actually is the good food for the good bugs. And I will actually recommend to grow a kind of plant called what we call the Mexican, what is that, the Malijing, how to say in English already, I forgot. Okay.
I forget already.
Okay, never mind. We will put a post about these kind of plants, very good plants that can attract the beneficial insects better. Okay, you can grow that in your house. It's very beautiful too. Okay, the Chinese is called Malijing. Okay, but in the English way, I forgot the scientific name or the common name already. All right, the Mexican blah blah wheat, something like that. Okay.
Okay, so is there any way to prevent, like when we want to report our plants, how could we reuse the soil?
Oh, okay. So
one of the they say that, could we microwave the soil?
Hey, yes, this is actually the right concept. Okay, but we could, but impossible. We just send the soil to microwave and then to heat it. But that's the right concept. So what we can do is we can actually take the black plastic bag, okay, and then to put all the soil inside. Okay, then we wrap it and we let it expose to the sun for more than 3 days, because inside is not only the heat but also the UV. Okay, that can the UV trapped inside that can help to kill the pests, the insects, the disease. Okay, then after that we take out and we mix about 25% of compost. All right, then we just take it. Then we just take the mixture to grow the new plants.
Oh, okay. So
any type of plastic bag. Okay, the black plastic bag. All right, but if we are going to be environmental friendly, then of course use the biodegradable one. Okay.
Okay, And then AB have helped us to spell out the Malijing, which name that is Mexican butterfly weed. Is it?
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Mexican butterfly weed. Okay. Actually, it could be found. It could be found in the nursery around. Okay, and the flower is very beautiful. Okay, it could attract the what I call the ladybug and also the parasitic wasps. Okay, in the future, like yesterday, we just conduct a webinar talking about how to culture the environments that are suitable for beneficial insects. So in the future, if we have chance, then we can conduct this kind of topic too. Okay.
Okay. And then there is a question that if we apply the organic or the natural oil, will it harm or will it kill the beneficial insect also?
Okay. This is a very good question. So actually, if we look into the scientific category of the beneficial insects and also the pests, actually they are on different level. The organ structure of the beneficial insects are more complicated than the pest. Okay, so when we spray, actually let's say just now we talk about the oil type insecticide. When we spray, it can actually help. It will actually cover the nose of the pest, but it be won't be able to cover fully the beneficial insects. Okay, so probably the beneficial insects they just don't like, okay, the oil. We don't like the oil too. Okay, but it won't kill them. Okay. They will just try to go to find somewhere to wash away their oil, then it's fine already. All right.
Oh, okay. So if because just now that you Hans mentioned that ladybug will eat the scale, then if I saw a ladybug is on my plant, do I still need to spray the organic pesticide or I just leave the mealybug to do the work for me?
Actually, I would recommend to spray too. Okay, because when the moment you see the ladybug on there, okay, very congratulations, means that you are starting to build the nature ecosystem over there. But actually, the speed of ladybug reproduce over there is very slow. Okay, so if the mealybug actually becomes the trouble for you, okay, we need to be practical, then we still spray, and then don't worries, okay, when you spray it won't kill the good bugs. Okay, no worries.
Okay. And then there's a can we use bokashi compost like LEACHATE or juice to kill soil mealybugs?
Wait, L
LEA
LEA
CHATE.
Oh, leachate. Oh, okay. Bokashi compost leachate. Okay, maybe. Okay, what I could say maybe, because it depends on the ingredients that you used to make the bokashi compost. Okay, but what I would like to recommend, if you use something like shell, okay, seafood shell, the prawn shell or the crab shell, or like the what we call the black soda fly shell or black soda fly waste. Okay, this insect contains a lot of chitins. Okay, the chitin. So if you use this ingredient to make the bokashi compost, actually the bokashi compost inside there will be a kind of beneficial microbes, what we call the actinomyces or the streptomyces. These kind of microbe will actually have to eat the skin of the mealybug. Okay, because the mealybug skin also contain chitin. Okay, it will have to eat too. So if you use seafood shell, okay, to make the bokashi compost, the leachate probably will have to kill the soy mealybug.
Okay. And then there's another question regarding they use hot water. I took out my plants and washed the roof and pour a very hot water to the soil and leave it for a month.
Mm-hmm. Then
Is it work to repel the or set scouting the soil
out in the soil mealybugs.
warm and then with hot water?
It won't. I'm not sure, but it won't hurt the roots of the plant,
Yeah,
or just the soil itself only. Okay, if the soil itself, probably it will help. Okay, but if to me, I would recommend adding another 300 times of white vinegar. Okay, it will help. It will help to repel and work better. If to me, but I'm not sure the boil water or the hot water. If we pour on the plants, and then the roots won't get ouch. Okay, I'm not sure. All right. Okay. All right. So if you really found this work, and yeah, please share with us, because if this is really effective, then this is really a gospel for many community. Okay. All right. So just share with us. Okay. Welcome.
Okay, and then just now you mentioned Hans, you mentioned that there is a good mealy and a bad mealy, right?
No. Good ladybug.
Good ladybugs.
Good ladybug that eat the. No, good ladybug that eat the mealybug. Oh my god, too many bugs.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And then
All
this
right.
question is not okay. Okay, there's quite a few question regarding they use the alcohol, the wet tissue, the alcohol wipe on the plant to wipe off the mealy. Is it work?
All right, this is okay. I think this is a very good action too. If you use the alcohol, you soak with the cotton, okay, and you swab on the infested area. That is very effective, okay, and very quick too, because you just use physical way and then to kill the mealybug, okay. But after you do this, you still need to use organic insecticides. You still need to use oil type insecticides to spray on the plant, especially the surrounding of the infested area. Why? Because as I said just now, we couldn't see the kids. Okay, the kiddo are moving around inside the plant. Okay, so we probably wipe the area, but the kiddo are actually moving around at the other parts. Okay, so whenever after we do this, and then we spray another round of organic oil type insecticides, and then for better prevention. Okay, this is what I recommend.
Okay, and then there's a few people got mentioned that is it when we add on coffee powder into the soil, will it help to repel the pest? And then another question is, some people facing that after they put in the dry coffee powder, it seems like attract more bugs. But what actually, because we know that coffee powder is very good, is it actually good or is it bad to the plants?
Actually, to me, the coffee powder is good, but I'm not recommending we use directly the ground coffee waste to the plants. Why? Because the ground the coffee waste actually is still not fully composted. Okay, so whenever we apply to the ground, okay, so it will start to ferment inside the soil, and then it will start, and then during the process it will start to attract more bugs or more microbes, and then inside, because it's actually organic things, and then to start to break down. Okay, so if we really want to apply the coffee ground, okay, we can actually, before that, we let it dry first. Okay, then after that we spray the EM, okay, on the coffee ground, okay, for 2 times, okay, more than 2 weeks. Okay, then after that we apply on the soil. That will be better. Okay, so the coffee ground, the application rate like for example, not more than 5 grams for those pots less than 15 cm diameter. If let's say the pot is about like 30 to 40 cm, okay, don't apply more than 30 grams. Okay, this is what I recommend.
Okay, and then if the plant is already with the new bugs or with the flower, is it safe to use the scale terminator or the natural plant oil?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
If the plants already have the flower or the new bugs, so is it
Oh,
safe that we spray the scale terminator or
yeah. Yes, they're safe. No worries. Yep.
okay? And then there's a question that after he or she apply the alcohol, the plant seem like not fruiting or no more flower. Will the
Mm-hmm.
alcohol affect the productivity of the plant?
I'm not sure that's the same case as before, because if we just soak the alcohol and we just swap, okay, then that's fine. But if we spray the alcohol to the plants, then it actually uh, putting stress on the plant, and that's why the plant tends to not tends to stop their growth or stop flowering. Okay, so if you encounter this problem, okay, firstly, I would recommend next time don't spray the alcohol, okay, diluted alcohol to the plant. And then the next thing, if you already spray, if you want to recover, then you actually can spray the CV extract or the amino acids on the plant, and then to stimulate the plant growth and recovery. And also, if you can actually apply the compost, okay, the better to be the plant-based compost on the plant, and then it will stimulate the growth of the plant too. Okay.
Okay, and then could we spray the seaweed extract any time of the day?
uh okay, I shouldn't say theoretically. Okay, practically, not every time. During the morning or during afternoon is fine. I mean the late afternoon. If you spray on anything, okay, at 12 p.m., okay, that's not good, because actually the residue on the plant, the water droplets on the plants will actually become the magnifying glass that focus the heat of the sun and then to the plant, and it will start to create burn on your plants. So don't spray during the hot afternoon, but in the morning or during the late afternoon should be fine.
Okay. Okay, I think because due to the short of
Oh my god.
now
All
it's
right.
time the fifth already. So due to the short of time, I couldn't read out all the question. But thanks again for all the participation at tonight. And then there's a lot of friends. They are helping us to answer the
Thank you.
PM in the other user. So thanks a lot for all the clarification. And then if now since although that we have a sort of time and we can't answer all the questions in this live section, so if you need further clarification, you are welcome to PM us your question to Baba Gardening SG. And if you have any specific plants that are with problems, I saw that there's a lot of questions regarding specific plants problem. All these questions I didn't read out because we might need further clarification from you. So it is recommended that you take two pictures. One picture is focused on that area that with sickness or with the problem, and then second picture is you take from far, so we could see the whole plants. This will help us to give a better diagnosis on the plant's problem and reply you a better or a suitable suggestion. So that is all for tonight, and thanks again for your time. And you are welcome to follow our Baba Gardening SG for next upcoming online workshop. We will share again in our Baba Gardening SG. And thanks again all the participation, and see you next time. Good
See
night.
you. Bye bye. Good night. Thank you.